Hello and welcome to today's stream. Oh wait, it's wrong. That's the right camera. How are you doing, Sama? So you're at the Hata space station right now. I feel like that place got the best music in the game. Might just be me. I'm fine as well, thanks for asking. I found a few of the boss materials actually. I've looked into some of the things that you need to keep, especially with artifacts and all that, since there's actually some. I think I only briefly mentioned it at some point as like a thought, but it actually is an artifact set that. There's actually another artifact set that can be used on him. Because the stuff is obviously good stuff that we picked out. Like Depot is good and Gilded Dream is good. It seems like for if he has High Bloom ownership, Flowers of Paradise Lost is better. But if you go full on EM build, or I guess there's different builds if you go attack, dendro damage crit, or if you go full EM, and EM gives him the big healing advantage. That's why generally the more advised in the Bloom team at least. But if you have like C1 especially, you can run this set actually on him. I was actually thinking about the possibility, but you can actually run this set. You still need Kave. You need to give him enough energy recharge, but it's gonna be like it's like ER till you're done, and then you stack as much EM as possible. You might need to use ER sense if you... I don't know the exact values, but it's kind of... But with weapons, it pretty much... You pick something with EM. Or you pick a Favonius weapon. I've looked into it. Even this one can be really good for him. Kind of fits his looks as well. This one results in a high EM value. Well, that's kind of some of the stuff that I happened to stumble upon. And not, maybe it's not stumble, but I looked for it after all. How far are you in the story now on Honkai? Kinda can catch up somewhat. I've seen your characters at level, or at least your Shepard was level 50. I'm on the planet already as well. I'm around the point where you meet Bailu. You have already leveled 5. I only leveled 4 characters so far. I leveled Welt, I leveled Himeko, Asta, and Baidu. Got a lot of pull. The next time I play, I can even open up with a 10 pull again. I'll think of it. So I have some pulls here. I'm not sure if I did. I think I did use the 5. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I used them, but always I did use them. Not a menu. This menu broke, but whatever. Yeah, I used them. No Queen Fate here. I'm impressed that you already got 5 characters now. And farming a lot of the talent material as well. Behind on that stuff too. It kind of takes a lot of all the rest. Also, I guess it doesn't help that well, I guess it also depends on what characters you level, because there's different amounts of materials needed. Since I leveled Himeko, Welt, and Bailu, they all need 3 of the materials, so that means I need 1 more boss kill, because you only get 2 per boss kill, and you need 3 for a 5-star. 4-stars are a bit cheaper. Not sure how many 5-stars you pushed with that whole thing. But I assume you probably pushed Seele and Japan. I don't know what else you kinda got. Although that would only make it 1 more boss kill than what you needed for 4 characters and then the what did you think of the Birdman? Kind of funny that after meeting the Birdman and you basically had the talk option with March to talk about him being handsome. That was quite funny, in my opinion. I got a few more modes that I've never actually, like that. There's the thing in the train that I have actually not, and I've only done simulated universe 2 so far. I've seen people already doing simulated universe 5. And I kinda am confident. I feel like Himeko is doing a lot of damage. You can build all the follow-up attack stuff that was completely worthless previously. The struggle isn't necessarily getting any. I guess you build 5 kind of, and I guess there's a lot of reason to swap around depending. Maybe a personal thing, but I feel like there's so many characters I would love to be using, but you only have so little slots for your team. And I guess there's also a bit of a limitation with XP, and eventually you're gonna have like a multiple sort of teams that you can fit for whatever they throw at you. Suppose there's one thing I haven't done. It'll be all the character story quests. Only pretty much done all that's main story, and of course whenever you get a chance you go for increasing the world level. Because I haven't refought the bosses. I guess I should be doing that, because there's no way I reach 40 this before the week ends anyway. There's a lot of weekly stuff that's in the game. At the moment it's still smart to delay as much as you can in case you get another equilibrium. To get the most benefit out of. Because on all my characters, they don't have the talent that's tied to boss material. And behind that, there's multiple other talent that are kind of locked. I guess there's also just a lot of random stuff that is still there to explore. Like I've heard there's like wanted posters. That's where people got their weird looking I kinda also wanna build the preservation trailblazer. For that it's really geared. I don't really have a character I will put in there when I need a tank. Quite fast at punching ore. I guess focus more on what's going in Like, event was probably one of the best events story-wise and all that so far in the game. Really loved that Kave story. It's like he got as much story focus. He got more story focus with this event than a lot of 5 stars. It's almost weird that with how much sort of they fleshed out his character and gave him a screen time that you'd almost think that that would be a 5-star character. If we go for like the other and a lot of characters that don't even come close to that much story focus. Especially of the 4 stars. There's a lot of characters got a. I guess these all the 6 characters kind of got a lot of focus there already. Like Pharaoh's done a lot as well during the event, for example. Instead of Yao Yao, he could put in a Kave. Can get a few pulls out of it. Let's get them. Shinobu. There's one pull. Can give him a few levels here. I see he's ascending with EM nets. Because I wish the menu was like in Star Rail, where you could just, I guess that's one thing Star Rail doesn't have, that you can hold to keep adding. Or maybe that's something I was just stupid. But they don't seem to have a press holding to add. There you go. I got 2 pulls out of it. Not enough to get another. Let's see. Gonna be another this year. Another pine. And give me something purple, so I have something nice. Maybe. No. It's nothing. The only sort of problem you'd have if you run Carves, you can't really get the rest of your team healed up. Because Yo-Yo is healing everyone. And Carves kinda only healing himself. He heals himself a lot though. At least it gotta be a lot because it's outweighing why are there all these villagers down here?
全部丸見えね。動かないでね。
This is closer. In that direction. In the pub. That seems to. The number is increasing. I assume this is. And I'm gonna be in this. Why have I guess we gotta power it up.
ターゲットは絞れたの？
Oh, I got it.
手をつなぎましょう。
Was this from this whole thing? Was it Spantamat? No, that is. It doesn't have it written there. Who it was. So who's missing? There's Wahumana. And the second one gotta be in this direction. I thought the Wahumana was like some political crap or something. Which is already. I wish you could get on the real map from this map. This one. Because I had a track camp on this. I don't know. I guess I come here very often overall I came here very often. I'm already a professional dendrocube killer at this point. I've killed more dendrocubes than most could even imagine. the other ones are maybe then in the city or something. You get a lot of... You can get the stage as a... And another crown that I'm never gonna use. Or maybe I should crown like Kusanagi or something. Goes over. You don't need to remove it, you can just block it and do it anyway. I really didn't want to swap another pyro. Always pyro. I got more fire characters in Star Rail on my team than you use on the regular. The weaknesses can be rough sometimes. That takes a few more versions, the weaknesses don't matter. Put it in the Helichar camp. Somebody put that thing next to the Helichar. And then safety were not part of their concerns in the whole thing. You gotta be. Put that in front of the desert firm. Cause I thought that the whole thing with the Haravatat is the ancient scripts. So I misunderstood somewhat what Vahumana does. Should I have taken the expert for this doing these? Head guy. But I wouldn't be able to fully do it because I don't have a Suno. Did they put that inside? No, it's further down there. that's it's a different bird. It's this one down there. Didn't read on the map. Because the big pyramid is so imposing, I just thought that they gotta put it in front of it for dramatic purpose. This is closer than it. There we go. First try on a second ball, instant. I'm so good at it. Seems like I'm a better researcher than a head guy. What I can't imagine a head guy actually doing. More was easy. Oh, that's basically a rehashes of already stuff that we already see. Like we played the coin seeking event 3 times already for the scene. Oh, have you found all the replicas? Got them all right. Oh well, I really do have a knack for this stone. Well then, let's give this for you. It's for taking part in the event organized by our Darshan. Well, that you've been able to enjoy your taste of archaeology, traveler. That reign of archaeology tends to be rather dry and labor intensive. The instant you find a key relic, you will feel as if the struggle was all worth it. And if you fail to dig up anything, or if you don't find anything, then this is, as they say, a waste of effort. To be honest, this is actually what happens more often than not. The instances where you do find something important are quite rare indeed. To work in archaeology is to be used to such circumstances and stay optimistic even so. It's like playing this game. You pull on the gacha, but more often than not it's nothing good. Will it be a matter of time before we collapsed otherwise? Omnidirector. What is an omnidirector? What did I just get? Is that a teapot item? How would I find a... I just assume it's something in there. Let me look it up. Yeah, furnishing item. Not sure what it does. I guess it's just something you can place somewhere. Let's check them out. Hello there, I'm Daniel from Shahava, here to take part in the Wisdom Gala. It's a new game that our Darshan has put forth, Project Connectivity. Would you like to have a go at it? For recall, Shahava's specialty is machines. Yes, we study mechanics and architecture, yes. Seems like I've gone off topic. To take part in this gala, many of our students put their heads together. So was Project Connectivity. Basically, players will need to use various objects that we have prepared to, create a pathway. Hitting on bridges, setting up stairs. The goal is to create a path for people to travel on that can reach its destination. Once you have finished constructing that road, conduct a final verification, just like how we would test completed buildings. Essentially, you just need to set up a safe route to obtain success. Sounds rather complicated. Don't worry. Being asked to construct anything in real life. Something goes wrong and the road collapses, we just have to rebuild it. Putting limits on the number of tries you have. Just let your imagination run free and build as beautiful as a road can be. That looks kind of... What if I use Scaramouche? I'm not sure how much they allow you to cheat. some more. And that's way too big. Yes. Is that testing? Mining. The safest bridge in the unit. I guess they're all a lot closer than what. And I guess you only need a one-way path for the last. I'm sure I can take a look of. I've started building my carver. And it. Ammo's ball. Wondrous Troop, that's a good set. So I assume you go reverse melt. So the stat distribution. Crit rate phase count on the lower end. I got some EM that's. I'm not 100 on what the recommended values are for EM, but I feel like your rate is on the lower side of things for melt. Crit rate, yeah. Is that her ascension? I'm kind of not. So you will get some more. Can I find somewhere how much does she still get? I guess I won't know. Because that's not really. So you get a bit more, but you still can't on the lower side of things. Also, I guess it depends. What team are you using? For her, because depending on like crit rate is the problem. Crit rate, you want to have like the Like with typically with cards you want to have the 1 to 2 ratio, although I guess so you want a bit more rate. And then there's one other thing that's somewhat of an like in terms of EM, you can't on the like one. Then I mean that it's the distribution is 1 to 2 crit rate and crit damage. Obviously, eventually, so you will need more crit rate than crit damage right now. But with EM, you kind of want to have. I guess it's a bit of a smaller thing with, but the sort of target value is 200 EM, and the only variable is sort of if you use Sucrose or any other elemental mastery buffer in a team. It could also be Kusanagi or something. Then you obviously wouldn't need that more EM, and before you hit the EM sense can be really good. But your sense are kind of really good, so some you might want to get it from. That one is your circlet is not good either. You don't need any yeah. Got on if I gotten crit rate that would have been. Your feather is not that bad, I think. I guess you lost 1 on ER, but other than that you got crit damage. It gives you a lot of crit rate, which you're kind of low of, and you have some EM. I feel like the feather only has like one bad roll on it, which is that one going in ER. Your flower is way worse than that because it doesn't have. So if you can improve on it, will be you gotta increase your crit rate and you gotta increase your elemental mastery, depending on what team you. If you play reverse melt with Kusanagi, then you get 250 or something, depending on what. Although I'm not sure if you want to build a team necessarily with that needs Kusanagi, or else you might run out of Kusanagis very fast. Kind of the rough thing when you have Amos bow, then you your crit values are kind of low because Amos bow doesn't add anything to. No, that's not what I'm saying. Polar Star doesn't work with Melt anyway. Polar Star, because Melt Ganyu doesn't generally use the burst, because the burst takes away important melt hits. Or should I say, you don't really use it that much. I'm not sure if you use it at all. But the problem is your burst removes the pyro, that you desperately need for all your charge attacks, so you don't really want to have a and Polar Star gives stacks for using all your abilities, so you miss out one stack, and that's kind of a big deal for Polar Star. Polar Star is the best for freeze Ganyu, but by going for Wanderer's Troop, you already sort of indicate that you're not going for freeze. Because for freeze you would obviously go Blizzard Strayer, and you would neglect all EM, because freeze doesn't scale that well with you. And Sting, good weapon. You got the double HP sets already. I don't have any. Yeah, it's kind of low, so you get us. Yeah, EM is. As for the HP and all that, HP though, yeah. You got 9% here. Guess he lost one on he lost a few on the crit rate there. You got HP. If I has I guess it might be the only piece you have for now. I feel like this piece itself doesn't have that much to offer. But I can understand that might be the only HP piece you have for now. It's not that long. Because generally the whole piece is not... ER isn't that big of a deal. You want to have substat. I guess the flat HP could have been nice if you had gotten. I got some EM. Hold on, what was it that? Got some good EM on there. Right, at least somewhat decent. This one is kind of worthless. This one you I guess the whole new set you don't really have, because crit rate and crit damage is irrelevant. Unfortunately, went all in flat. The percentage HP would have. Oh, the new pieces are kind of on the lower end. Not that I can really talk much in. Like I still have only Gilded Dreams to increase my miserable. Like this is really bad. That's kind of really bad. There's a lot of pieces that are just the only piece I have right now. And this doesn't have anything good on. Are you gonna build Kave as well? I guess it might still be a while away till you can, because funny how it turned out to be the case, but Kave's set is this. To think that his self-healing is that strong that this set is actually worth it. Because you build them full EM, and then you get this. Although I think you might want at least see one. I don't know if did you get any constellations for Kave? How many of them you even got in the end? Yeah, then it's no problem. I'm surprised you got the less Kaves than what I. Although you only had a few more pulls than what I had. I just didn't have too great of results with my. I want this one. I don't need any for this. I just jump over. Test this side first. Yeah, you can just jump. I don't even need the thing in the middle at all. Oh, these? No, this other thing is already built from this. Why did it not let me latch? Wait, there's another one up there. I didn't see that one. There's a TR Hex 4, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing on this, whatever it is, and where you're living? You never know if it's a day or night, because it's always day or night somewhere, sometimes. Can be using this one here. If I come from down here to build up, I don't know what the range is. of this really. What is closer? That one up there might be the better one. It look like this rock, giant rock in between here, so you can hold on the rock. Whichever stuff within all the limits. But better be. Would have been fun. I guess the giant rock wasn't needed. But based on the minimum count that they probably implemented in the game, I'm probably have beaten it. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't need to beat the. If I wanted to beat the record, I probably would need a tall male character because you have the biggest advantage. Yeah, I go for the animal. I don't know if that even counts, but tall male character probably still has a big advantage. Even if I cannot. Because the cheat with Scaramouche definitely did. You cannot fly around with Scaramouche. They got the Pavilion. This one is basically given by default. I did pull for Baisu, but I got Dacia. Did you pull for either of them, if I may ask? Well, I'm low on Primo gems, and I want to pick up Eula as well. It's desperate times and whatnot. Can't always get all the stuff in these trying times, and that did not work. Good luck with your pulls. May your pulls be better than. Because I went to 80 and something above 80 and still lost. Not a good sort of thing. Could put it closer. I feel like you can get it with no, let me think. There's a lot of characters that technically could fit that description. Who did you get? I don't think we've ever seen the parents of Chi-Chi. And no mention of Tenari's parents. I didn't do the Dacia story quest yet, so I'm not sure. Deluxe dad died. Probably not Kuchin. He's singing. Never seen Chapat's idol. Who is it? But I guess since he said child, maybe Chi-Chi. Chapat isn't part of the band. Pella is singing in the band. But would I classify as fatherless? Because he had a dad that cared. Krampus cared a lot for Diluc while he was still on. Put a giant rock there. Because he's a fan of the band art. But calling him fatherless makes it almost seem like Krampus went to buy some milk. I think this. I lost a few to Diluc, but I've lost just as many pulls to Dacia at this point. I think I lost I got one. I have Deluxe C2. I think I got one from the standard banner. So I lost 2 to 50-50 so far to Deluxe and 2 to Dacia. I seem to be on a losing spree with Dacia these because the last 2 50-50s I lost to her. I do have to say C1 is kind of a pretty decent one. Although it should have maybe been in the base kit because C1 gives her the HP scaling that makes HP as valuable as attack. guess both are not really in the meta. I guess the log might even be high on the meta. I'm very fully built up. Thanks. Yeah, I got a seat. He used to be the big DPS that everyone wanted. How times change. Pippi used to celebrate losing 50-50 to Dilok because he was that big of a deal. Typically most people complain about getting so many chi-chis or something like that. But I guess in the end everyone loses the 50-50s to the characters. But I guess getting Dacia one time was kind of neat. That's true. It does. Although Delok has more AoE than Huta and Yoimiya. That you necessarily need to, because if you wanted to have a power of team with more AoE, you probably would build Shanling for like national or something. Which one should I do next? I don't know what the events. Let's see, what does, where's Layla's Darshan? I have Hotao as well. Yoimiya is one of those characters that I somehow ended up never having enough pulls when she's on the banner. She doesn't have good timings for me to pull. But if there were good timing, I probably would try a 50-50 on Yoimiya. Yeah, it's true. I have Clay. I do have Clay. Clay is, I guess, in the same category. Although Clay is hard to play. She's super hard to play. I cannot play Clay properly. I play her too little. The mechanical skill to play the terrorist lolliest. And Clay has a lot of AoE. I don't think any character, if you properly build them, is unusable though. I feel like the game has done a pretty good job at not making them be far enough behind that they would be unplayable or anything. Of course, you cannot play every wacky team. Like if you want to play Delok, for example, you gotta have a proper team to support them. If you want to clear, let's say, Abyss with him or something like that. For open world, it doesn't matter what you pick anyway. Like open world, you can have the wackiest teams that don't make any sense. Or for anything that's not Abyss. But still, every character can be used in Abyss. Technically, if you focus enough, you can probably clear the. It might get harder in the future if you're like on the very bottom end of like Aloy or something like that might be rough. But I think with Dilok you're still fine. It's typically if you have like, you wouldn't pick the somebody where it's relatively hard to get it done, sort of like if you do floor 12 and you have like, let's say, could play a Riot National, then you just do it quickly with Raiden National. I don't think most have like the dedication to then play it with Diluc. Even if they like Diluc, they would probably rather just do it quickly with Raiden National and play Diluc in the open world or something. Or on lower floors or something. The timer, especially when it comes to the zoo exhibit, as I like to call it, is kind of we got a pretty tough floor 12 now, or 12-1 rather. But I still think Diluc will probably perform better than Hu Tao for the floor 12-1. Because he has more AoE. That was one of the struggles I had, because I tried to use Hu Tao and it just doesn't work that well on AoE. Especially since I have a build with Shimenawa. Man, the problem is their sheer amount of HP, to be honest. Like I know the elemental and animal thingies, they do a lot of damage, I know, and it can happen that you die. But I have a bigger problem with their amount of HP for the timer. And it feels like on the second chamber of is it? Let me just rephrase it. Floor 12-1, the second part, has like the Kairagi in there. I feel like the Kairagi, if they weren't in there, the timer wouldn't be as silly. They feel a bit out of place. Like put in random samurai dudes. Like the other stuff are all like the Sumeru stuff, but they put in the random samurai. I feel like that will give you like a brief of like 15 seconds or so. That because it kind of have a man. It's kind of a struggle getting there. It takes me some attempts to actually get all the stars with the animals having that much HP. Whereas the other two floors after that are basically easy with like 30 seconds plus to spare. That being said, it's obviously I'm not a whale in it, so it's more like a dolphin perspective. I don't have any of the 5 stars with super high constellations or even refinements on 5-star weapons. I mean, sure. Let me talk to this guy first. As long as you're EU, I can take a look at your stuff, I guess. Everyone will enjoy this little gadget. It's there to play over. You're the traveler, aren't you? Faber from Retterweist. I don't suppose you know what it is we study here, do you? Astrology. Well, I think it was. Study the stars. I'll look at it once I'm done talking to this guy. No, that's not a very precise way of putting it. We do have a lot of specialization within the Darshan. Unfortunately, a lot of things about our research wouldn't make much sense to the average person. Just explained it as is. In fact, the chances of them even being interested are slim. I was concerned that setting up an astrology booth would just end in the involve students getting into academic discussions and not manning the stall. Such after much discussion, we decided on a middle-of-the-road option. See the special astrolabe. Many stars have been placed on it, and what you need to do is arrange them into a specific image. These images will not be particularly complicated and will not involve any ongoing as yet unresolved academic disputes. So simple fun and definitely not divisive pictorial puzzle. Strike me as being really nervous. This game does have to do with the stars after all. Some of our students get sweats the moment they hear that. Don't know how many people I had to tell that this is just a toy and has nothing to do with academic reason. Mind that if you're interested, feel free to give it a go. Alright. So you just adjust the height of the thingies somehow. I figured out on the fly. Alright, anything in particular you want me to look at? That's Chi-Chi. Are you Chi-Chi main? Yeah, what's this doing? Gladiator and Bloodstain. Like, I'm kind of really surprised to see that. What sort of... Why did you pick these sets, if I may ask? I know it's somewhat of an untreaded ground there. But wouldn't her skill give you stacks of Pale Flame? Just as a... That's probably the last question you expect. That's a good flower. I guess it's... So for the... Oh, I guess I see why you pick these sets. Because overall you end up with the... You end up above 100 already, so if you would add another physical damage bonus, you would only get half of it. Because of the diminishing return on this. Is that why you picked the gladiators for the attack? Because technically Pale Flame would have physical damage as a 2-part as well. But you will get a less of it. Well, not that I've focused too much. I gave my Chi-Chi Pale Flame 4-piece. I'm gonna open that. That's why I found it so funny. Like, I know it's more for a joke. It's mostly stuff I pre-farmed for Eula and kind of gave her sort of some of the pieces that I attempted and. But I didn't expect anyone to see anyone to build the same silly thing on Chi-Chi. I don't have the good weapon though. I only got a prototype. That's why I found it's because I have a physical damage. I don't have a true Eula yet. I'm still on the copium that Eula will get a banner and whatnot. That Eula exists somewhere in this game. Let's see. You gotta have the outfit. Mist Splitter. Oh, that's a surprise. But flower is typically the last thing you'd expect as the offset, but I guess sometimes things... You got good stats on. You have the all the ER in the world that you would want on. I will probably not even have attempted on. I guess never mind. You have a that one is a rough piece, but I guess it's your ER piece. For my arca, it's the sands that are basically just an ER piece. Talents, triple crown. Yeah, you did triple crown. You do like your Chichi a lot. Wait, what is that? Now that's the craze. You know, I don't know how much you pull for stuff, or because depending on how much you whale in the game, you always have way more. But I actually never gotten any constellations for Chi-Chi so far. I've only gotten one Chi-Chi on the standard banner. Guess she doesn't like my hotel. I never lost to a single character that much. Like I have Mona C2. That's kind of one of the characters I keep losing with. I lose to Kuching. I got her C2. I got C2 on Jean. I feel like I kind of get it all across the board. There's no, aside from Chi-Chi. Wait, you never. Wait. You pull damage on the standard banner? That's kind of crazy. And Gigi is the only card I technically never lost a 50-50 to. I even instantly lost, not instantly, but I lost one to Tinari already, and I lost one to Dacia already. Alright, no constellations. Eka's great, you're crowning all your characters. I'm kind of one of those guys that never really crowns. Oh, you're collecting cryo guys. You need a Ganyu for your collection if you collect. Shen has. You went with the doublet. I went with the noblesse version. We got a lot of attack on. Kind of hard for me to judge how you fare with her ER value. Feels kind of on the lower end, but what do I really know? If you feel comfortable with the amount, then there's nothing wrong. Oh, no good year. Got a wolf's. I've never gotten a wolf's gravestone. But you have the two-part. No, I assume no good 4-piece for Pale Flame. I've been trying to farm the set for, and I guess that this one has some good crit damage. Why not? 4-piece, 4-piece should be the stronger option. But then again, you might not want to farm too hard on it. Well, it's a different domain. You also get Tenacity of the Millilith set, which is a good set. Well, I never actually farmed Crimson Witch for my hotel. I went Shimenava because Shimenava had the good other set as the other option. So I farmed Emblem of Severed Fates. Are you using your Eula a lot? Kinda wanna get a Eula, so when she gets on the good against the sewer animals. The Matrix. I never really think too much about anything that's beyond the sewer animals, to be honest. I feel like they're like the biggest obstacle. But I guess I play the I can't even kill the Matrix even with my hotel team. I'm confident I can tile that floor even if I use hotel against the Matrix. Even though you get like lots of downtimes because Electro is kind of really good. I assume you probably play Raiden with her because that's kind of the best source for superconduct. Got a cocoa fish. What weapons? You got a donut. Is she on field? You found Ocean Shield Clan. I don't have either of them. Wait, what? What happened to this one? You got some crit. I guess it's always crit when you don't want the crit. And then death. Then that one is no good. I would have assumed if you have Everlasting Moonclaw, you would have as an on-field. That being said, I guess if you play on-field, an Everlasting Moonclaw isn't even the actual thing. I think Kusanadi's weapon is the best on-field weapon if you go with like a Nido team or something. Yeah, you might not want to focus too crazy much on a support. How much crit did he? Yeah, I guess then. I use in freeze as well for Ayaka. Although I use Thrilling Tears as a weapon, and I use Tenacity of the Millelith to buff the team further. No, this set is good overall though. She is a lot. Yelan. I didn't check constellations. So you kind of slacked off on her. You gave only crowns to the crowd. No crown for the fish. Aqua Simulacra. I'm very strong. I didn't get a one for mine. You even have a C1 for the extra running around. So your rate is pretty good. What team do you play on? I'm definitely not as high personal damage. I only have pretty much ER on my Yelan with Favonius bow. But I got enough ER on my Yelan that she can burst every rotation, so solo Hydro. Albedo. Cinnabar Spindle. Yeah, it's a good combo. The Yelan Xingqiu works with all the needs for any power DPS to do really good. I play a similar team, except instead of Yoimi I put Hutao on there. Good for you that you played the event, or else you would have never had Albedo's weapon. Imagine not having played the event and you would have needed to use the what's it called, the Harbinger of Dawn or something. I think that's his weapon if you don't have this one. I don't have Albedo. I'm not, but I do have the weapon myself as well. Husk set. It's one of the domains I never farmed Husk, and so I don't have any good of the I don't even really know what Albedo needs, like death and summon. I don't really know too much about. Now, do you have any? That's the wrong one. I always thought he had Albedo cons. Did he crown his skill? His skill is the important. Triple crown on. Oh, I kind of expected after seeing the C2 that you have a weapon as well. So you play on field. I take it. I mean, she's perfectly fine to be played on field. She applies a lot of Dendron, and you can add like Hydro off feeds like Xingqiu Yelan or something. And then you have have like Raiden or Shinobu for triggering whatever. Wait, you go for aggravate and spread? I more expected like a hyper bloom or something. Kusanali adds a lot of EM as well with her. How much is Albedo's even? I guess for some reason I can't click on it. I mean cheap tactics. How is that a cheap tactic? Oh, they are Dendrodem. Burst? I thought the skill was the one with EM. Because I'm wrong on that. The crit damage. Do you have anyone with high EM then in the team? To make Kusanali's burst give the most? But I guess you kinda already have the insane damage of the C2. Kusanali C2 is generally it might be the most powerful C2 in the game. And not just for herself, even if she's put in a team, her C2 is probably stronger than any other DPS C2 that you can put into the team. I guess I'm not 100% on what does Baisus do. Let me open Baisu. I kinda didn't really look too much over him, I just pulled from because yes, that and sort of works. Although, would it in that case even be that big of? Because you would swap out Zhongli, you would get EM, but you would lose Geo Resonance. At least I assume you would swap out Zhongli. Would you then swap out Albedo as well? Because if we swap out Zhongli, because you lose the resistance reduction as well. Well, instead of Albedo, you could also play Sucrose for better grouping up enemies. And Sucrose provides an EM buff as well. Or if you have C2 Kazuha as well. I guess it would also work better if your Electro would be the main. I'm not sure it can be, but
悪くない芽が出たわ。今日も引き続きサボりましょう。調子が良くなってから仕事を一気に終わらせるわよ。
I guess technically there's always room to fit in a Miko. Not sure if you have one. No. Let me try to. Oh, mushroom. Not getting it. It's gonna be the one on the. These two middies. It's gonna be the easy. Hide. Oh no. Getting complicated. Gonna be rocket search. And this has to be higher. I got the highest thing. No. Mushroom. Could also be the red mushroom that Clover fed to curry bird. Oh wait, I can turn it back. Like this. A little bit higher. Yeah. How many of these are there even? No, that's not the first one to focus on. Let us be the middle one. Maybe. Wait. Yeah. So this is this and this. And this is this over here. So to be the ones above. And the bottom one has to become that one here. Maybe not. Feels like it can't go as. So they feel quite close in a way. So this has to be this one. Doesn't reach it. Oh, in the back. Oh, these down there below. Can't really get them any. Maybe higher. Maybe. So this one is this one up here. So almost yeah, almost there. I already did all the I already took a breeze through all them. On to that. What was kind of fun. Now, which one is this one? What stone is this? Baha. Med Haravatat. In my form, we talk to him, we get signed up for one of Farosan's courses. Good day to you, traveler. Given why you appear, you must be here to take part in the Wisdom Gala, yes? If interested, would you like to try out the event that we, the Haravatat, organizing? If I recall, Haravatat studies old as texts. Whereas Farosan languages. Alright, that's a loose summary. That's what we research here at Haravad. Well, what do you think? Sounds like a good fit for the Gala festive and relaxed atmosphere, does it not? Many of my fellow Darshan members do quite think so. Everyone is having fun to their heart's content. So surely we shall not spoil the mood by going around asking people riddles, yes? In any case, we shall be hard-pressed to drum up much interest if we make people guess riddles for our activity. After much friendly discussion, we have decided on a little game known as In Truth Steps. Friendly discussion. Did they have to fight with Faros? Does not require any tools or items, just a settled mind and clear thought. The game starts, I will tell you a story. It may seem to you that the tale is going nowhere. Indeed, some parts of it might even defy common sense. So you can question me, to which I will answer using 3 types of answers: yes, no, or it doesn't matter. What you need to do is use your question to find the truth to the story. Don't be nervous though, the correct answer isn't meant to be all that complicated. What do you say? If you're interested, we can start now. That sounds. So the story kind of was that pursuing the truth. Alright. Let's see what that's like. Alright, let's do it. Let's do this. I can do this. A group of forest rangers was patrolling the Avidia forest. Asti and Baden were responsible for surveying the surrounding environment. Advancing, they discovered monsters ahead and ended up getting caught in a downpour. The rain making the ground so muddy that they were temporarily stranded. Esti sent Badem out to the other team of forest rangers with the intention of reminding them to stay vigilant. Then Esti hid in a tree until the monsters. Later, following Badem, the other team of forest rangers successfully rendezvoused with Asti. But they quickly left the forest. With a number, half the number, only Badem was soaking wet. What was that? So so if they're getting caught on it. So Asti was hiding in a tree. So he didn't get wet because he was. So were the other ones hiding in trees as well, and only Badem went out to get the other group, and that's why he was only one out in the rain, and the rain then stopped before he found them and they went back. The rain. The downpour heavy. Am I not even? Yes. So they were look for shelter. How strange. Seems quite interesting. And everything that we do now could also be like a test run for something in Fontaine. I feel like at this point I would be disappointed if we don't have like a Phoenix Wrights or something that would be like a court case. They're introducing a lot of mechanics that could be used to make some interesting some mechanics that could be used during a court. Right, waterproof gear. So if they have waterproof gear, they will. Do they have waterproof? Of their number. So the rain must have ended. Why would that matter? If they were far, then it took some time to probe. This is so great that even shouts could not be. Same waterproof gear product. So why did he get wet then? People travel across the mines. Am I gonna be traversed by? I guess you gotta play it like a Phoenix. You gotta yell objection into every point. You gotta dig for everything that you. Is everyone on that patrol of forestry? No. So I feel like so the reason we have like waterproof forest rangers were waterproof gear. So this Baden was not a forest ranger, so he doesn't have the forest ranger waterproof gear. That's kind of why. It's Baden a forest. I knew it. That's why he doesn't have. That's why he got wet. He's not a forest ranger. He doesn't wear the gear. Well, the other thing is kind of. I see a bird or something. Is that why he didn't? What is his role? It's better an animal. Yes. And I was surveying as a bird. Made him fly. Fly. Was fly one of Badam's innate ability? I think that's what I basically asking about a bird. Did Badam fly? Let him leave the mile and passing. By being a good flyer. It was a dust bird. It's being wet all over. Can you see water? Did not have any waterproof gear. Or he liked the rain. And that was always see as a birdie. Birds don't wear waterproof. You got all the answers. Congratulations, I definitely think you got the hang. Not the full truth behind this. Ken was a messenger this bird used by the forest ranger as sending a wild beast as he chose to send Badam out to inform the other forest rangers due to the storm impeding travel. He flew through that storm and just got all wet. Yeah, it makes sense. That's why he would send out the Badam, because Badam wasn't another. If Badam was another person, then he could have together taken out the beast or whatnot. But since he was technically kind of alone, so he could only send out his bird to get help. How about the next? Seems like a fun one. I think I like this one more than Shariva. I think this one would be my favorite of them, then Shariva, and then Ruta West. And last one so far is Bahumana. I haven't done Amata and no, I'm sorry. What is the last one that I'm kind of? I haven't done Amata and Spantamat yet. I think it's super interesting because it's also not something where because combat events tend to be typically far too easy, so they're not really that. So this type of thing where like a puzzle can be interesting. Sort of a thin balance to make it something where you have to think about a few aspects and not making it But I guess they could always just have like a solve the puzzle for me button or something, and then they can make a difficult puzzle. Bahara is a student from Haravatat. Some time ago he went out for his research but received an unexpected letter from his mentor, who, in the letter, asked him to bring back something Bahara mistakenly took with him on the trip. What did he take? Response: Bahara mailed the item back to Haravatat. However, when Bahara later returned to Haravatat, he still got a scolding from his mentor. Why is that? Sort of item. I mean, it makes sense they will get scolded because he took something. I'm sure he took his favorite genius invocation cards. And then when he was having a showdown against Sinnoh, he couldn't win because he didn't have his main deck. The item broken when it was returned, and there could be a reason for this. No. Could this item be made? When we kind of already got that was. And it doesn't say was the item related. Something he needed urgent. Is the item dangerous? That item has something to do with the mentor's daily work. He took It's gotta be the cards, of course. Did somebody else find the letter or something? The mentor get the letter. Anyone else touched the letter? I guess that's the more. So somebody else got the letter. The person who touched that to do something that inhibited the mentor from receiving. The one who touched the letter destroy. No, he did his. The person who touched the letter, one of the academia staff. More than one person touched. The mentor loses job with one. Let's try some. I don't want to know. Was the mentor unable to stay? Still can't figure out what the item. Can I have a negative impact on that? Like I'm already kind of that some of the some mundane object. What is the location where the letter was? And it wasn't hostile. That's kind of just some guy doing their job. That's the location of the item related to the item. Mantis got Bahara the matter of late. It's gonna be made for a letter. See, the mentor didn't get the letter. So the item imposed a tremendous loss on her road. So it's gotta be a mundane, somewhat papers. I can't really figure out what though. I'm trying to find it. He couldn't obtain the letter. Darshan Stepmir was in charge of passing on the letter. So it was hidden. The mantra. And doesn't have any big impact. I think it gotta be keys to though. And you truly do have an edge. One question left. It's like the classic carve problem of no keys, although it's he never has the keys for Alhaitham's house. Wait, give me a moment to think about it. What other question is there? Can I almost ask? Level 2. So it's not that, so I got one more critical. It's a hostile thing. But I get Oscar. Oh, does it mean I got one wrong? Could not obtain them. Is it in the office? The keys to the office? Also, they were like added in. Kind of location, end location of the letter was kind of not really fully clear with all the. Although it's kind of funny that the key is in the room where in a closed room. Everyone's joint effort, the Whispering Gala went smoothly and concluded successfully. Owners set up booths and offered fun events during the gala. Received a leave permit for 3-day vacation, no strings attached. However, after everyone got a leave permit, there's one more leave permit in the box. Why is that? Everyone took theirs, so the first thing you'd think is if somebody didn't take it. What exactly the amount of people that there were? Did everyone take a leave? They were not allowed to claim their leave permit. They were not allowed to have only one leave. And booth owners during the gala, the only ones allowed to claim leave permits. And then I don't see how did anyone use the leave permit in it. Use the leave permit in it, so they wouldn't have needed to have it. And duplicate or exchange the leave. Let the leave permits be given to someone else. Some chose a different. What is that anymore? Some later have their leave privileges cancelled. I guess it doesn't. We're not allowed to take only the leave. This is some other things they could take instead. All leave permits taken out of the box. Someone didn't take it but took something different. Leave permit in the box still valid. Many new leave permits placed into the box. The leaf permit in the box belonged to someone, nevertheless. It belonged to somebody. One all taken. Don't leave power claimants leave with only the leaf. And somebody took something else. Right. When it won't work, so they can't take something. So somebody left their permit in the box, but didn't take something else. One damage. Some of the lead permits have not been. These two were kind of. They said she said no to those. Everyone took a leap. I guess it was somebody else, so there might have been just an extra person that didn't. Everybody there took their leave permit, but there was one more for somebody that wasn't there. Someone else's leap. Never mind. Because different rewards is no. Anyone or some of them, else there wouldn't be any. It wasn't relevant. Wait, that. And so this one got a weapon though. So this one, she didn't give. He said it wasn't relevant. Oh. Never mind. I guess I changed that. So the second one was the one I had right, or the third one. So I changed two of them. So the first one is that. It's all out of it. So everyone kind of took one, or there was still one. Everyone took a leaf from it. And they took the box. Is that where they had? They took the box. Oh, that's why I wasn't taken out of the box, because I took it with the box. That's kind of. That was a fun one. Although I feel like I didn't do too much of a glorious job on the Armada and the Spantamat. Now, where do they have this? Oh, on the island. Kind of very spread, if I'm gonna be. Dory's still hanging out there. Is there something more with Dory?
どうですサグマハベイ様の協力の甲斐あってあなたたちも何か気づきましたでしょ
つまり
そうチェンバ全くいい人なんかではなくてそれどころかあの彩色の冠にも超絶問題があるということですわね
Also discovered that.
それではあなたたちも何か行動を起こすべきではありません
It's very smashed.
例えばこの情報をトレイに伝えてそうさっと彩色の冠を手放させるとか
もうこのことは教令員に伝えたんだ。でもあの冠はカーベが壊しちゃって
なんでさった
Dory's dying.
落ち着けよドリー。そんなに取り乱すことか。
Why is screeching?
あなたたちに情報を提供しますでしょ鏡に問題があると気づかせますでしょあとは教令員がそれを売るんでしたらそこでできますでしょそれ
What's this voice?
それがどうでしょう大心配ですわね壁あいつの意志を引き上げてやりますわ
Oh no, Kawa's gonna get more financially
情
ruined.
報を教えてくれたのにはそういうわけがあったんだな。道理でなんだか優しいと思ってたぜ。
本当に怒りましたわよ今月の返済はどんな理由があっても絶対伸ばしてあげませんことよ
What are those screech? I always would have missed that. That's these. Those the most weirdest screeching noises that I've ever heard. What was the? That was ridiculous. That VA is something else. But they even make noises like hello there, traveler. It seems that you're here to take part in the Wisdom Gala. If it would interest you, would you like to try out the game that we at Amota have set up? What sort of game would that be? Touching has set up a little game called Mimetic Replication. This game will introduce you to behavioral patterns of certain animals. Of course, these patterns have been simplified and generalized to make them easier to understand. What you need to do is use the models we have prepared to imitate the actions of the corresponding animals. It does sound pretty simple. Besides, the animals have regular behavioral patterns. It's a statement that is both simple and understandable to accept. But behind something so simple lie mysteries that are most deep in. However, let us put academic observations aside for the moment and simply enjoy the habitual behaviors of animals in a relaxed manner. Dog. It's relaxed, so it tries to encircle the radish. Oh wait, I have to. Let's see. Whatever happens if I have more funding. Domain. What's Bantamat? A ribbon. What? What is that? What are those? Oh wait, you have to. Oh wait, that's. I don't know what the ribbon part means, but you just have to jump and get the coins. Oh, I know. I'm not sure how that works with behavior patterns. Be careful with the early one. All the coins. Easy. Easy money. But I don't get what the ribbon calibration stuff was. I don't get really Did the shroom board jump too? Can break a wall. That's what the boss do. We only have one button. More simple than the Visa Thief. The Visa Thief had the choice between two buttons. Now you only have one. Get out. Press the button. Press that. Guess the control might be a bit the window of opportunity for activating charges. So how many others? Like anyone is kinda like the Visa Thief more than the boar. The board controls feel kinda clunky and unresponsive. The fish. Oh. That was too. Well, it'll work. Really? Fine, that one kind of sucked. I barely managed to get that one on at last stars. I would have. I think it's just getting worse. Afraid it's the second worst. Oh. Yeah, maybe it's the because the fish and the boar was kind of. Yeah, Malta's the worst of. This one fallen. We have assigned this task to a more experienced senior student. Are you running some event here? Oh, Trevor. Yes, we are indeed running an event. Well, I can say it's an event, but really, it's a domain that awaits exploration. Does this domain have anything to do with the gala? Oh, let's not even get into that. I only came to be in charge of this affair because of the gala. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Bahadur from Spantamat, and our research lies in the field of alchemy and elements and topics like that. I was sent to this task, but as much as I've thought about it, I couldn't think of a game that our Darshan could run. Putting our crafting bench to do public alchemical experiments would be too boring. And there was no way we could run some demonstration of elemental reactions. Something went wrong, the whole site might go up in smoke. And what would you do then? And I had to use the Adventures Guide for help, and it was day 8 that I found this domain. Several of my fellow students and I went inside to investigate, and to be honest, not a mess in there. History developed a few potions specialized for use inside this. Well, that's our Darshan specialty demonstrated now, eh? If you're interested, try to take these potions with you and go investigate them. Mark the location on your map. Is anyone other than me taking part? Quite a few adventures did come to give this a go. Quite excited to say that very few of our fellow students. Whatever the case may be, you can go as long as you're interested. Also, the scares a tepe. Adventurers who tried this earlier rated it as being very challenging, so it's gonna be easy. I guess for when you go, I have some potions here for you. They're safe when exploring that domain, alright? Whatever, we just kill. I just kill. That's all I do. Wait. Always you pick hard because I deactivate. So deactivate the HP and deactivate them regenerating. Now I get positive. Why not? More boom. What to expect in there? It's probably not that rough. It's gonna be easy. Just trust in Nilo. So these minimap things aren't very domestic. But I guess you get the quest to guide you there once. 'Cause there might be a bit of a struggle with this. You only have to defeat it. Hello, Kongan30. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? How is your day or night or whatever? Your hotel. I mean, sure, I guess. Got some time on my... Was that you? Oh. Guess I added some bread. That's whatever. There we... Staff of Homer. Crimson Witch. That's one thing I never managed to get from the EM values gear. Some impressive crit rate. Because Homer crit rate is kind of the thing that's the hardest. I'm more crit damage but less crit. Even with using a circlet there. Because you have very high rolls on there. And again, I have a few artifacts that are not the best. Which... Yeah, that's an impressive crit rate. EM crit. Also no wasted roll as well. Really good as well, only one wasted on energy recharge. Oh, now that's a I guess this is like the weakest piece maybe. Based on but I'm not gonna judge you too much on that. I'm struggling with EM sense as well. But you kind of have to have the EM. Yeah, got a lot of crit rate on there. You should roll the crit on, and you're rolling in the crit rate. Yes. And you drop the fee on the. I still think it's a really good circlet because it's kind of hard to get them. You know. Is that one on death lost or is it 2 on death lost? I think it's 1 lost on death and it was a free piece that you got attack on it and you. Or maybe it's kind of hard to judge with crit rate because the values are a bit. And it's a stronghold tower. Do you have a? Oh, you do the jumpy stuff. I never went for the Crimson Witch. Like, it's kind of one. I only have a shimmer now. But I'm not coming close to the crit rate. But I guess instead of the 20 there I have 40 more on the crit damage. But I know the struggle. I think it's I think yours is even better. But it just I don't have anything else with EM. That's the suffering. It's literally not even anything good on it, but without EM can't really do much. Oh my goblin. I guess on the goblet I have something that I could but you get the better overall, I guess, set, you may call it. Shimanava doesn't allow you to burst this. Just suppose when it comes to the whole tower. But I actually went for the C1. I don't even know how to jump. Hope you don't mind, but I'm curious about your other characters. What are you? Catch. Guess it's a pretty standard, right? Yeah, that's about as strong as my right. My right is about the same. She still does a chop in Abyss though. It's a good one, although the EM is probably not much. Good old Favonius. Others good enough ER. Gotta have that covered for making your hotel do the work. Oh, that's an Harbinger. I guess Harbinger of Dawn does give a lot of, but no ER might be rough. The no ER life is There's a perilous one. We don't want HP. Okay, takes damage that time. Is that Dacia? Gets yeah. And every mid comes Xiao. Everyone's Xiao now. I want to remove that one, else I forget it. At least it's not really. Guess he's in power order, but not sure if there's any time. I might have to go back if there's any time of thingies. I couldn't break for the sheets as is. Lots of error mines. I don't want them to resist. I don't care if they I don't care if they release some pets. I don't not have my character take damage. Alright. There's stuff that explodes with them. The fact that the animals immediately spawn is a blessing in this. Because they just get blown down like. Get bloom boomed. I like how the team. Yarf is already good playing. And I don't have to use the extra Kokomi. I will last the booth. She was a lame all but speedbox and Primogen. Things I need the most really. Alright, let's also rate them in. Definitely think the best has been Harabatan. That was the most unique and fun one. Having these stories and asking these questions, that was a fun mini game. Definitely Harabatan is the best. As for the second, I would go with Chariva. The building and jumping was a fun mini game. Under circumstances, this could have been the best mini game. Even that's how good it was. But I guess the limitations might a bit too easy. Most stuff. As for the third, I would say the combat one. The combat one was, I would say, Rotovis. Aligning that was the kinda. Then I would say the I guess then the combat one and the Vahumana and Spantamat are kind of. I guess I would say the Spantamat above the Vahumana, and the worst was the Mota one. Controllers didn't feel good for the jumping, the fish jumping and the charging of the ball was the Weasel jump was kind of fun. I could have done more rounds of Weasel jump, and then it would have probably been, if it was only the Weasel jump, I would probably have rated it as the third. Maybe somewhere the Weasel jumps on a box or something. And then gets a coin. I have to jump on like an upper layer. Could have been more options for the Weasel jump. To mix it up and make some more levels. If it was improved in that way, I would rate it above Spantamat and Vahumana. But I guess it's got. There we have it. we get all the flags for all the different. Oh, that's where. So with the excitement, we get the stage and the crown. Now at 31 crowns. And there, a Pharos and constellation. Well, it's not a good one, more for a mid one. Like if you miss the arrow, it that kind of just put the Pharos on it.
やっぱり先輩の手助けが必要なんじゃろ。
Even if you shoot twice like that, you don't get particles. Well, if you would get particles, that would be really good. Like a C1 isn't the... So the only real benefit is if you completely miss, let's say, and then you get a second chance. So I love also all the primal gems appearing on the screen. Why can't every time be like this, where it's spamming me with primal gem notice? Why can't the game always be like that? Huh? I still need to hope that a future banner will give me some more Pharos sense so that I can do big Scaramouche them. But it's a long path to C6 Pharos. However, if I'm lucky, we have a Pharos on the Eula banners. But I guess I kinda would have used some of the Pharos chances for coming. But you never know. Maybe I get them all like going for the 90. That would be very lucky at least. But I think it's more of a very long term thing to get the Pharos. But in any case, let me think. I guess we're going back on the train tomorrow or something. So it's time to I'll be doing. I will probably be hitting a wall story wise. So I will be doing maybe character stories and trying to do like all the new game modes that I've unlocked, and as such as well. Like what's it called? I guess the simulated world, and there was another thing that looked like Abyss when I hovered. Some stuff like that, and it can show off my newly leveled characters. I found some more of the Ascensions Kinda need to get more of the other stuff though to level their talents. But also I gotta kill the weekly bosses for those talents. So maybe I'm gonna start with that tomorrow. Either way, I'm gonna call it a day on that. So thanks so much for watching, and good night, and see you all tomorrow.